I am. I'm not going to rant about this. Um, First of all, I'll start with obviously what this is about. So, my Facebook page was shut down again. We were doing just fine. Um, we were at 5,000 people with 1,000 people waiting for my page to be turned into an actual page versus a Facebook profile. And so I was pretty happy. I figured I would change my name, right? I would take Sally Hemings off of my Facebook page, change it to Irina Vet, or off of my Facebook profile, change it to Irina Vet, and then turn it into a page so we could accommodate the extra 1,000 people that were waiting. So within an hour of me changing my name on Facebook from Sally Hemings to Irina Vet, the page was shut down. And it was so funny because I put up a post and I said, okay, I've changed my name. We've been going 60 days, y'all. We had that Facebook page up for 60 days. I said, we've been going 60 days without a problem. Let's see how long we can keep it. And within 30 minutes of that post, the whole the whole page was shut down. So anyway, obviously I can't deal with Facebook. I can't have a Facebook profile that does not have my name on it. Um, I don't want to. I don't want to have to go to Facebook and use a fake name in order to stay on Facebook. I mean, they've shut down 3 of my pages. I think if it was any question about if it's me that is the problem, I think that was pretty much clarified today because I managed to keep that page up for 2 months until I changed my name and put my name on the page. And then it was very quick that Facebook shut it down. Like, I changed my name this morning. Here we are this afternoon. There's no page. So let me just put that out there. But I want to talk about what Facebook's problem really is with me, right? Because I'm sure I'm not the only person that puts controversial posts up. Facebook allows a lot of things on there. I've seen a lot of stuff since I have been on Facebook. Um, and so I think what it is it's the consistency with which I I had a fixation on my page. So when we talk about social media, oh, you just deleted your account? Yeah. When we talk about social media, when we talk about social media, there's something I think that we have to remember. And number one, it's that there's a purpose for social media. And that purpose is to maintain social control. That is all social media is for. It's to maintain social control by keeping you distracted. They don't want you focusing on anything important. You know, they don't want you focusing on the elites. They don't want you focusing on a revolution. So, what they do is they flood your televisions, they flood your computers, they flood your phones, they flood your tablets with distractions, distractions, distractions. So, what is a glitch in that system is if you are in your distracted mode, looking at butts, looking at clothes, looking at whatever, and you constantly have something that is not a distraction coming up in your feed. Because that's really the only way to infiltrate the system. People are going to stay with their noses to a screen. Now, you guys know I didn't do social media until I had people looking for me. So I wasn't on Facebook. I wasn't on Twitter. I'm still not. You know what I mean? I wasn't on these platforms. But I did it because people were looking for me. And so I said, well, let me open up a page. But then if I open up a page, I'm not there to shoot the breeze with people. So it's a problem if you're not going to contribute to distracting other people. That's a problem, right? If you're not going to post, body shots of yourself, right? If you're not going to, put up stupid polls or talk about sex or talk about the latest sports game or just do any manner of goofy fuckery, if you're not going to do any of those things on social media and all you want to talk about is real stuff, not just me, anybody, it's going to be a problem because social media is not designed. It's not designed to have you to have you fixate on anything valuable. It's designed to be a distraction. Now, I'm mildly irked. I am mildly irked. I really, really am. But I don't think I can bother like the energy to put it all together. I don't think I can bother again. But I want to bother in a way simply because when I was on there are 6,000 people that I'm interacting with on there. And I noticed how prevalent it was for them just to be on some BS. I mean, you have people who are pushing their business. Okay, that's fine. And I had several people come to me and say, Irene Yvette, will you help me promote my business? I had a brother who has like a credit repair thing. And I'm not saying his business is bad. I'm going to tell you what I told him. I said, well, I could help you promote credit repair because, people approach me to run ads. Like, will they pay me and then I do an ad for them on this channel? I've had several people approach me for this. I said, so for example, this brother, right? We weren't talking money or anything like that, but he was like, would you help me promote my business? Like, is there something that we can do? And I said, well, I'm not going to say that credit repair is a bad thing, right? Because if people aren't going to have a revolution, they might as well get their credit together. But I would say that credit repair is against what I believe in because I believe in socio-political revolution. And in a social political revolution, your credit is going to be irrelevant because those credit card companies, those banks, they're not going to stand anymore. They're not going to exist anymore. They are not going to exist. So you don't need to repair something for an institution you're about to destroy. So it's not that I don't want to be supportive. It's not that I dislike money. It's not that I don't want to advertise your crap. It's that it's not going to matter. If I had my way, the reparation of credit, right? The repairing of credit would be the tearing down of the banking system. That seems like a much easier route to go to me, a much more permanent route to go to me. So you see, if we're having a conversation, just going back to the different kinds of people on social media. So you have people there promoting their business, right? Oh, hi, Dillard Pat. You know what? I lost my Facebook page today. Today they shut me down. Today, I guess they said they were done with me for the third time. But that is one type of person, right? That I found that was there. People promoting their business. And again, I'm not against entrepreneurship or anything like that. But to me, some things are fruitless. Like there's some things I don't think are fruitless. I think teaching, revolution or not, there's going to be a need for that. I use the brother, and no offense to you, family, if you're watching this, with the credit repair agency. It's not that I don't support, it's just that repairing credit in a system where I want to tear down the banking system doesn't make sense to me. I don't need to repair something if I get rid of you, right? If you're not around, I don't need to repair anything. There's nothing for me to repair. And then it's the constant bombardment of just beautiful women and men that, I mean, I don't know, it's hard. Do you know what I mean? It's very hard. What I found while I was there, and I don't think I'm going to try for a fourth time to open up a Facebook page because I cannot play with Facebook. I can't. They clearly do not like me over there. And I cannot be bothered. Although I loved being able to interact with everybody, I just realized, I think because it was my first time really being engrossed in a social media platform to that level. You know, I have my little YouTube channel and stuff, but I have a lot of control over what goes on my channel, right? It's not like Facebook where I'm constantly being bombarded with like other people's stuff, right? I get to pick and choose. Whereas if I've got 6,000 people on a Facebook feed, I can't pick and I see everything, right? Every time I log on, I see everything. In order to ensure that people see me, I have to interact with everybody. And I wanted to interact with everybody. And you guys know how I am. So I was truly interacting with everybody. But what I noticed was just, it was all so very base. And I also noticed things that just broke my heart and made me sad. You know, I noticed a lot of infighting amongst our people that made me sad. I noticed posts, provocative posts that would be made, and in the comment section, it would just be black men and black women just tearing at each other's throats. And I would just be like, what are we doing here? I don't understand this. I noticed a lot of infighting between the sexes. I've got vagina and I'll decide who I'm going to give it to. And then the man being like, you know, I've got the key to marriage and I'll decide who I'm going to marry. And it's just like, it seemed like a cesspool of just. So why doesn't Facebook like me? Because I'm not going to get on any of those pages. I have no business to promote. I'm not trying to jump in a bikini and photograph myself. I'm not interested in fighting with anybody or starting beef with anybody. All I want to talk about is revolution. It's all I care about. That's really all that I care about. So like I said, this morning I woke up, I said, okay, we've reached the end of it. I'm going to put my name on here and let's see how it goes. Let's see if we survive. And we didn't survive long. We survived 1 hour. We survived on Facebook 1 hour. We stayed up for 2 months, but we only survived 1 hour once I put my name on it. So I can't really deal with Facebook. Like I said, Facebook is a scam. It is designed for social control. It's designed to keep you distracted. It's designed to keep you from revolting. That's all that it's there for. It's just another meaningless place where you can tune out from real life and not be on your purpose. You know, I like nice things, right? I like nice things. I like to look pretty. You know, I love my family. I like to get in my kitchen and bake. I like to do all those things. And at the same time, I would consider myself a revolutionary. I don't have to be full of bravado. I don't have to be super aggressive. I don't have to curse, like a sailor. I don't have to do any of those things to be a revolutionary. But what I do have to do is I have to have the mind. I have to have the mind to know that no matter how comfortable I am, right? No matter how nice my clothes, no matter how nice my house, because honestly, I might be one of the people who really why would I promote a revolution? Why would I be pro revolution? Why would I say we need a social revolution? Why would I say we need a political revolution? I'm not suffering. I'm not poor. I live in a beautiful home. I have all the superficialities taken care of, right? I travel, I eat what I want, I dress how I want to dress. I don't even need to work. So what is the purpose of that? I have no reason to be disgruntled. I am personally very comfortable. Revolution is often something that comes from desperation. If you are not desperate, it's hard to be pro revolution because what needs to change if you're comfortable? But the thing is, if we look at the bigger picture, that's where a heart towards social political revolution comes in. We're looking at a bigger picture. You see the manipulation. You see the imbalance in social political atmospheres. You see the microaggressions. You see the system of peonage. You see all those things and you recognize we can't go on and be right like this. You see the perversion that's being pushed in society. There was a film festival recently. There was a film festival recently, and one of the movies was a man who had a sex robot that was a child. And he was sexually interacting. We saw something like this over on O'Shea's platform. There was a man on O'Shea's platform who had a sex doll that was the size of a child. So here we are in this age of debauchery, right? You have people promoting sex with children via dolls that are child size, having movie festivals where people are on camera insinuating they're having sex with little doll children. You have people out here encouraging everybody to be on drugs. I mean, I'm not a prude, but I see what is going on. Look at the blueprint for this. They give you tons of distractions. Yes, Lee Spikes, they did. They shut my page down. So look at the blueprint. They give you tons of distractions. You're busy flicking pictures of yourself and posting them for likes on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Everybody else is doing the same. Nobody's talking about anything that really matters 99.9% of the time. And don't put a post up that doesn't have a picture. Because if you just only write words, people will avoid reading the words. Then they encourage everybody to be on some kind of drugs, right? If you're not smoking weed, you're doing uppers. If you're not doing uppers, you're on some kind of medication, prescription, right? If you're not doing that, now they have what the marijuana pills. or drops or something. For people who don't really want to get high, they just, what is it, TCB or I don't know. I can't keep up with it all. They want you all on some kind of mood altering substance. They don't even want you sober. They don't want you sober. They want you drinking. They want you on some kind of drugs. And while you're in your non-sober state, they want your face glued to a screen where people are just basically showing off their bodies, showing off the cars they have, promoting businesses, encouraging you to buy stuff. Then they keep you twisted with all kinds of sexual debauchery. We're so sexualized, we can't even breathe. You can't open your eye without somebody shoving it in your face. So they just want you high, distracted, and focused on getting laid, getting money, buying stuff. You're too in a cloud, chasing an orgasm and a new pair of shoes and a car, seeking faux social validation on these platforms, that we can't have a conversation about the revolution that needs to occur. So back to what I was saying on Facebook before they banned me this morning, I am a revolutionary, and that includes violence. But the real battlefield is our minds and our will, the will to walk away from that stuff. Or if we're going to be on Facebook, if we're going to be on Twitter, if we're going to be on Instagram, if we're going to be in these places, then we utilize them as a means to force people to be aware. Why do we want to contribute to the distraction of the next person? That's why I'm always saying my platform is not an entertainment platform. I don't want to entertain you. I don't want to distract you. I don't want to help them keep you off focus. I don't want to keep myself off focus. I want every conversation we have to be something that inches us further toward feeling uncomfortable enough to feel that revolution, that social change, that political change needs to happen. And you know that they smell the revolution coming. You know that they smell it coming. You know why? Because what if these Democrats they've been using the word revolution. Why did Joe Biden use the word revolution? He said Bernie Sanders and them are talking about revolution, but I took the vote. I've got the black vote. He's got the mulatto president. And no shade to mulattoes, you guys know. But he's got the mulatto president backing him. They're throwing around the word revolution because they know the people are seeking a revolution. And they will provide you with that revolution. They will provide it to you. It will not be a real revolution. It will not be a beneficial revolution. It will certainly not be the revolution I am discussing here. But they know that the energy is moving to that direction. See, they have the young people's minds very twisted. A lot of our young people, they're lost. They're lost. They live in front of a screen. They were raised in front of a television, on a computer, with a smartphone in their hand. They cannot think. Social media means something very different for the 20-year-olds and under than it does for those of us that are older. For those of us that are older, we're like, this is not real life. This is not how it works in the real world. We would be very foolish to think that, because that is real life for these younger people. Social media is real life to them. So a lot of them are just lost, right? Because so many of us as parents don't want to be bothered with our kids, and it's much easier to let them just be on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or staring at a television set than in our face, where we have to talk to them and pay attention to them and deal with them. But they know that we outnumber the young, 30, 40s, 50s, 60s. All of us outnumber the young, and we are itching for an actual revolution. We don't, we don't, it's too far off of our radar. I don't know how, because it was just in the 70s that violent revolution was something that people took seriously. Right? It was just in the 70s that there were multiple violent revolutions of Black people throughout the diaspora all over the world. That wasn't that long ago, but they have done very well at making us feel that revolution is something that we can legislate. So when they see this wave, this desire toward revolution coming up, all of a sudden you have the Democratic Socialist Party using the word revolution every third sentence on every debate, in every town hall meeting. Revolution, revolution, revolution. Revolution is not turning democratic socialist and giving the government ultimate power over the people under the guise that they're giving the power to the people. This whole system is broken. It's very broken. And if we are not contributing to the social political change, the socio-political revolution of this system, then we are contributing to the maintenance of this system. So when we're on social media posting what we ate, what we're wearing, we're contributing to the distraction of somebody else. We're not contributing to helping them realize that this thing needs to happen. We're contributing to keeping them distracted. They're not thinking about socio-political revolution. They're thinking about our outfit. You know what would baffle my mind? I put a post up on my now shut down by Facebook, banned Facebook page, where I put a picture of myself. And I said, we are so often distracted by a pretty face that we are fools. You will be thrown off your square about revolution because somebody showed their ass or their cute eyes or their breasts or their anything. You can't even think straight the minute somebody attractive is in front of you. I wrote this and I said, stay focused, and got hundreds of comments on how beautiful I was. That is how easy and how simple-minded people have become. Because I knew that you were simple-minded, and that the fact that my face is pretty would catch your attention. But I had a feeling, even if I literally wrote as my caption that beauty is used to distract and deceive you, that you are so lost, you can't even focus on the words because you are focused on the face. Now, what do you do with people who are that lost? That is when you know that you are in a state of complete delusion. Because they have Louis Vuitton. You know, on my vlog channel, because I like luxury goods, I just like nice crap. I used to, and I had to stop this, pull out Chanel, pull out Yves Saint Laurent, pull out, you know what I'm saying? Aspinall of London. I would be pulling out my bags, my wallets to do little reviews because I find that fun, and I had to stop myself. And you will see that I have not put anything up like that on my vlog channel anymore. Not because I don't own these things, but because I realized it was being a distraction. It was a distraction. I used to come on my channel in person, almost every video. Almost every single video you would see me front and center on this channel. And the discussion surrounding me always became what I looked like. Like literally just existing became a distraction. So you don't see me as much on the channel anymore. You don't see me as much talking in person anymore. Because apparently we cannot focus, we cannot think, we cannot do anything if there's a pretty face, if there's a nice bag, if somebody has a wad of cash, if there is a car. I have seen so many charlatans on YouTube, actual flipping charlatans. There is a fool walking around on YouTube with a turban on his head, calling himself a genie, which is a demon, just blabbing away. I can't say I disagree with everything he says, but clearly the man is a charlatan. Clearly he's just chasing a check. He'll say anything. You have 15,000 people with their fingers on their temple, trying to sound enlightened, talking about how high they're vibrating. All this stuff going on, and it's a distraction. It's a distraction. All they want you to do is donate. All they want you to do is give them some money. And you're distracted because they have on a nice ring. You're distracted because their car looks good or because their watch is nice. You're distracted because they're pretty and fuckable. You're distracted because they have something you want. Because it's not always the obvious stuff that throws us off our square and makes us not want to be in revolution. We start thinking the revolution is stupid shit. We start thinking the revolution is about meditation. We start thinking the revolution is about changing our name or wearing an ankh. We start thinking the revolution is about all this shit that has nothing to do with revolution. We will change our name, put on a dashiki or a Rolex, depending on which way you want to go. Dashiki or Rolex, or a pair of red bottoms, or a turban. I don't know. We'll do any of those things, but we won't actually engage in revolution on some level, deep down in our spirits. We know something is wrong. But we are so fearful. We are so fearful of what actual action will mean that we will do anything to make ourselves feel as if we are enlightened when there is no light in us. The feeling of being enlightened is enough for us. We just want to feel. We want to feel like we are woke. We want to feel like we are enlightened. We think enlightenment is reaching back into the past and talking about past greatness. What about today's greatness? We help them. We are aiding and abetting our own stagnancy. That is my point. Du Bois, I can't spoil my image. Here's the thing. Here's the thing that we need to understand. I just don't like the games of it all. I think we say and we do a lot of things, and it's fine for YouTube. It's fine for us to pay our mortgage. It's fine to make a quick buck. But since I have no monetary interest in YouTube, I don't make any money off YouTube. Like freaking none. That's not my purpose here. Since YouTube is not a profitable place for me, I don't have to be a character for you guys. It's something I simply don't have to do. But I really want to encourage you all. I want to encourage you to recognize this. The revolution is not about changing your name. The revolution is not about what goods you can acquire. The revolution is not about meditation and yoga. The revolution is not about the clothes that you wear or the way that you speak or how many times you can tap your temple and speak about being deep and woke and all of that crap. It has nothing to do with that. This thing has legs that are going to require action. And it must be said the revolution is not going to be voting for the Democratic Socialist Party. But I think the first stage in the revolution definitely would be, and I would encourage you all to do this, even though I feel like it probably won't happen. The first stage would be if you are on social media, be that a YouTube channel or a Twitter or a Facebook or an Instagram, that you not be a distraction to others, but that you make everything that you post purposeful. It's not going to get the most likes. It's not going to get you the most attention or the most friends, but it will mean that you are not helping them distract others. And if more of us do that, then the very platforms that they used to saturate us with distractions can be used against them to make people feel aware, or at the very least, people will stop liking coming to those platforms because everything they see is going to force them into reality. Everything they see is going to push them to be aware. Anyway, so I don't think I'm going to be bothered with Facebook again, y'all. I don't think I can do, first of all, it's a lot of freaking energy out of me. It's a lot of energy to me. I don't particularly like Facebook. Okay. I don't like what I see there. I don't like what goes on there. I don't like seeing people self destructive. I really don't. Like seeing people self destructive, that is very problematic to me. When I see people self-destructing or being lost, I don't find enjoyment in that. I really don't. When I see, and there's nothing wrong with beauty or sexiness. I'm not trying to say that. When I see women just posing, ass back to the camera, it doesn't make me feel happy. When I see men bragging on violating or doing, things to women, it doesn't make me happy. When I see our people infighting about weave and nails and if men are trash, I don't derive pleasure from that. When I see people on a hustle where they're simply making money by taking people who are clearly lost and exploiting them for their dollars, none of that brings me pleasure. So I did not personally enjoy Facebook. It was a very sad place to me, just a very sad place. Every once in a while, you would see somebody who was on their purpose or was trying to encourage other people, you know, but it was far and few between. I found the whole experience to be very disheartening, to be real. So I don't think I can be bothered. And mind you, they don't want me there anyway. But I will say that we don't want to aid them. We don't want to aid them in distracting our people. And what I saw there was a lot of Black people, because all 6,000 of the people were Black, right? What I saw were a lot of Black people unknowingly working for the agenda of the system. Anyway, that's all that I have to say. I don't think I can be bothered. I can't be on Facebook pretending, using some name that's not mine, pretending to be something that I'm not in order to keep a page on Facebook. I hope everybody's going to be okay with that, right? And for those of you who maintain those social media pages, I would just encourage you to just rethink about what you do there. If it's a private page and it's just for you and your family and you're just sharing pictures of your family and stuff like that, like that's one thing. If you're massively distributing what's on your Facebook page to everybody, then just be mindful about what you're doing because you have a lot of power as an individual person, right? We each have a lot of power as individual people as to what our narrative will be and what impact we're going to make on the next person. And what we should strive for is to none of us help this agenda to keep people distracted and off their purpose. This is a prime time for us. Like I said, they know that revolution is in the minds of the people. That is why they have the Democrat Socialist Party making people feel like they have a voice and an outlet for revolution because people are feeling very disenfranchised right now. People are feeling very disgruntled right now. So they will try to hijack this and have controlled opposition of this thing. So these times are unique times. It would behoove us to not take advantage of the climate to influence people in the way that they are taking advantage of this climate. Remember, revolution is something that happens in waves. So you've got to recruit people to that revolutionary mindset while they're open to it. And we see them doing their work on their side to capture these minds of people who are disgruntled. And then my question is, what are we collectively doing on our side while people are wide open and sort of empty vessels for whatever ideology comes their way to help them feel like they are moving forward? What are we doing on our side? We have people being filled up, these empty vessels of people being filled up with every manner of bullcrap. This is an opportunity not to fill them up, right? But to get them to be mindful of what they consume. Just be mindful of what they consume. To know that just because somebody has money, just because they talk in a way that you associate with being enlightened, just because you feel they're vibrating higher, just because you feel they have a lot of knowledge about, some ancient African civilization, just because you feel like, you don't like the church and they don't like the church, just because, they can talk a bunch of gibberish that you agree with, that's all good, but that's not actual revolution. That's not actual progress. Here's the measuring stick. Every time you think you've encountered somebody who has your best interest at heart, every time you think you've encountered somebody who is woke, even though I hate that word, every time you think you found the answer, see if they're trying to dig in your pockets. Hmm? If they're trying to dig in your pockets, it could be a problem because there's a lot of fake, revolutionary minded, fake, woke people who really are just like preachers. You know, the church. And you guys know that I'm Christian, but you know how the church is. You can't beat God's giving no matter how you try. The more you give, the more He will give to you, right? I'm going to drop you this knowledge, you drop me some dollars. I'm going to drop you this knowledge, you drop me some dollars. There's nothing woke about being on a money hustle. A money run has never been woke. Because I'm going to tell you something. Quote unquote woke people realize that we are going to burn this money to the ground. It will be worthless. So I don't need to try to get it from you. I don't need to chase money that I want to see go up in flames. I don't need to chase anything that I want to see torn down and be rebuilt. So as long as I am invested in this system, there's no wokeness in me. As long as I want you to give me the means to acquire things in the system, there can be nothing progressive about me. I just recognize that you are frustrated and you're looking for the next preacher. I just recognize that you are frustrated and you are looking for the next preacher. And I will preach any bullshit to you want. I will preach about Kemet. I will preach about these stinky white people that are half animals. I will preach about whatever you want. I will preach about meditation. I will preach about how the Republicans are trash. I will preach whatever message you want if you will pay me. So you keep your eyes open for the preacher and the tithes and offering plate that they pass around while they fill you full of bullcrap. You are sitting there thinking you have elevated yourself in some way, and you don't recognize that this hustle has a lot of faces. The wrapping paper on the game, the wrapping paper on the hustle can be every freaking color, and you can put every bow on it that you want, but it is still the same hustle. It is still the same game. It is still the same bullshit. It is just a different way to keep you distracted. It is a different way to keep you off of your purpose. That is all that it is. It is nothing else. It is nothing more than that. They are all the same. They are all doing the same thing. Exactly, Stephanie. They're pimping and they're pandering. People who are lost and who are looking for something that seems like truth to them. That's all that I'm saying. Those are my two key takeaways from this. Number one, if you're going to be on social media, don't be a part of the problem. Stay focused and help other people stay focused. And number two, watch out for this hustler, because this hustler wears a lot of hats, a lot of different hats this hustler wears. But the hustle is to keep you distracted and to keep you giving them your money. So if you feel distracted and you find yourself reaching in your pocket, that may not be what you think it is. If you feel distracted and you feel yourself reaching into your pocket or being asked to reach into your pocket, you just met the hustler. You have just met the hustler. And the game is nothing. It will get you nowhere. It will do nothing for you. I have to get out of here. But yeah, that's it, y'all. That's it for me and Facebook. Third time's a charm. I mean, I'm serious. Within 1 hour, within 1 hour of me changing my page over to my name, Facebook was done with me. So we kept it alive for 2 months, you guys. But I think it's safe to say that I cannot be on Facebook and use my real name at the same time. And I don't want to be on Facebook using a fake name. I don't want to do that. You know, my name is Irene Yvette, and I need to be able to present myself as myself wherever I go. I don't want to use an alias. So if I have to use an alias, I don't need to be there. So with that said, I am going to get out of here and I will talk to you guys later, okay?